Hey, if I could have everybody's attention real quick, we are technically still in closed session. We had a board workshop, and we're going to go back into closed session. I know you don't want to sit here for very long. I promise we'll keep it very brief, and we'll be right back in just a few minutes, okay? So carry on. I don't know that it's, I mean, I think they have the ability to do that, but it's not a good idea to do. I know. I know you don't. You got a job. Okay. Okay. We good? Okay, we are back in open session at 6:19 p.m. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. We'll start off on item number 4, or actually not item number 5, the invocation. If everybody will stand as they're able.
Would you pray with me? Father God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to get together this evening to do the work of our amazing school district. We're grateful for our administrators and our teachers and every single person who has a role in educating the students of our school district. We're grateful tonight for friendly faces that we don't yet know, for our students, for the individuals we'll recognize tonight. We're just very, very grateful for the many ways that you have blessed our school district. And tonight, we pray that you would bless each of the decisions that we make, that they would be in your will for us and for our district and our students. And we pray these things in your name. Amen.
All right, thank you. If you would remain standing, we are going to have a couple of special guests from Rand Elementary, Matthew Amos, who's a 3rd grader, and Oliver Amos, who is a 1st grader. Their parents are Matthew and Caitlin Amos, and they're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would come down here, I promise we're not going to bite. All right, if you would, you can just stand there and we'll all face the flag. At least it's your left arm since sling. That means you can put your right arm over here. There you go. All right, you ready, guys? All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Monique, are we going to, if y'all stay right there, and if board members, if you'll, and our superintendent will come around, we'll get a quick picture with our guests. Let's stay up here. Yeah. So let me go back around there. I'll stay up there. Okay. I can't remember who will recognize that camera right. Yeah, I know, but it's easier for me to do this. Okay. So we're also moving on to item number 7, recognition. We would like to bring up Emma Crabtree for UIL journalism. Come on up. You're the next contestant. Thank you.
So for Miss Crabtree, I want to just brag on her a little bit. She is a high school student here at Decatur High School. She was named to a very prestigious group through UIL, the 2025 All-State Journalism Staff. This is a very distinctive honor that only a select group of students in the state get to do. You have to have really strong writing and photography and journalism talent to make that group, and we're super proud to have someone from Decatur representing that group. She also serves, in addition to doing that, she's on the yearbook and a few other things, along with her teacher, Mr. Wells, who's probably, oh, there he is. I knew he was taking photos, and I do want to brag one other thing. That entire yearbook staff, that journalism staff, they're really a gift to us. They take a lot of photos for us, and they're phenomenal. I mean, top grade, professional level photos, so we look forward to seeing you all's work in the future.
And her proud family.
Yes, and her proud family is back here too. The photographer always knows what kind of photo they want. Up next, we have pretty much everyone else in the room is connected in some other way to our PTOs here in our school districts, our parent-teacher organizations. And I think we've all seen their work, but sometimes we don't realize that we see their work. These are the behind-the-scenes soldiers. They come in, volunteer hours, before school, during school, after school. They do, decorations for classrooms. I think they might even help in some of the competitions, I'm just saying. They set up lunches and work with local businesses for sponsorship opportunities, for example, and even just amazing things. For example, Young's PTO over the summer, they were able to fundraise and get all of their school supplies donated. And so we're just immensely grateful to the PTOs. I think we'll be lost. I asked a few of our principals earlier just some things to brag, and they all kind of said the same thing. They said, it's hard to even just nail down one specific thing, and really they're just such a gift to us as a school district. And so I want to name those who are here. I'm not sure if the high school was able to be here, but if not, we'll bring them back for a different day. But I'd like to bring each of them, I think, all together for sanity's purpose. We'll start with Carson Elementary. Okay. Actually, we're going to do slight change. We'll do one at a time. Up next, we want to have Rand Elementary's PTO join us. Up next, can we have the STEM Academy at Enos Elementary? Up next, we have Young Elementary. Okay, we've also got McCarroll Middle School. And I don't think I saw the high school slip in, so we might have to get them next. Do we have any representatives from the high school PTO? That is okay. We'll do that. Do you want to do one giant group one with everybody? Y'all, let's do one giant group one. Yeah, we can make it happen. Let's do one giant group one. All up. We're gonna get all the PTOs. We're never in the same house together anyway.
Monique wants to get one big picture of all the PTOs.
All right, and I think that concludes our recognitions for this month. So thank you all.
Okay, thank you, Monique. There we go. Next up is item number 8, public forum. Let me read this real quickly. Persons desiring to address the board must sign up at the designated time prior to the meeting. Board policy BED addresses public comment and public testimony at board meetings. Audience participation at a board meeting is limited to the public comment portions of the meeting designed for that purpose. At all other times during a board meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board unless requested by the presenting officer. No presentation shall exceed 3 minutes. All right, we have one person signed up for this, Roxana Reyes. If you will come on up. And as I stated, you have 3 minutes. Would you like a warning, like when you get to 30 seconds or, okay? Usually Jeremy's here, so you're going to time for me tonight, Nate? Okay. Okay, so we'll start when you start.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, very good.
Good evening, members of the board. Thank you for allowing me to speak tonight. My name is Roxana Reyes, and I'm a parent of a junior at Decatur High School. I wanted to share on behalf of our senior drill team members. Recently, a proposal was posted by the Football Booster asking elementary school faculty to adopt senior football players and cheerleaders, but leaving out drill team and the band. While I know the goal is to celebrate our seniors, excluding groups who also dedicate countless hours and perform under the Friday Night Lights sends the wrong message. Drill team and band students represent our school with the same pride and contribute just as much to the energy and the spirit to our events. Recognition should be united, not divided. I respectfully ask the board to ensure any school that is sponsoring these efforts include all performance groups and spirit groups. These students simply want to feel seen and appreciated for all that they give to our school. All I ask is that every student who performs under those Friday Night Lights, whether football, cheer, drill team, or band, be recognized equally because they all give their hearts to Decatur. Thank you for your time, and thank you for supporting all our students at Decatur ISD.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item number 9, superintendent report. Ms. Williams.
Just a few things to highlight. District-wide, this last few weeks, we had Grandparents' Day, which was a great turnout. Most of our elementary campuses already have that day split into 2 and are talking about needing to split it into 3, which is a great problem to have when the cafeteria is full. And we're just super thankful for the support that our grandparents provide, and volunteer hours, and book fair was the same time, and we had some record sales at the book fair as well. And then, of course, it's homecoming week, so we have lots of dress-up days planned this week, community rally and bonfire on Wednesday night, pep rallies tomorrow at McCarroll Middle School, and then Thursday at DHS. And then if you haven't seen it, DHS has a huge mum that they've put in spirit of homecoming week that should be on social media, I think, if you want to check that out.
Okay, thank you. Item number 10 is a consent agenda. There are a number of items there that the board has seen, or at least hopefully you've all looked at. Is there any questions or discussion about any item on there, whether it's personnel, the minutes, or the approval of the interlocal agreement or purchases over $25,000? Does anybody have any questions? If not, I'll be entertaining a motion.
Mr. President, I recommend that the board approve the consent agenda.
Have a motion from Chief Campbell. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Mr. Bayless. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 5-0. Number 11, discussion items. This is 11A, district and campus improvement plans for 25 and 26. Dr. Weber will be addressing us.
Good evening. Good evening, board. Thank you for your attention. I just wanted to be able to provide you all with some information regarding our district improvement plan for 25-26, along with our campus improvement plans. They're all in draft form in board book for you right now, but I wanted to highlight one, our achievements from the last school year, things that we want to continue, and then a shift in the format of our improvement plans. Number 1, what have we accomplished? We've improved TELPAS scores, increased college credit opportunities for our students through advanced placement, Weatherford College and Tarleton Today, completed a staff satisfaction survey and including providing staff with professional choices for their professional development, various committees for staff to be engaged in along with our community. Our education fund surpassed $1 million, and just the connection that they have with our community, communication across all of our platforms, and then community-based partnerships. So we're very proud of the successes that we've had in the last year. Things to continue, and it's not that that there was a failure on any part, but some of these things just continue year to year. Emergency operations procedures, and that was something that came from our DEIC group, that they feel that their children are safe here. And so obviously that's our number 1 priority. And so that's something that we will continue to look into. Tier 1 instruction, Tier 2 intervention. We have various curriculum adoptions that we're putting into place, professional learning, teacher certifications, focusing on our 4-year plans, beginning with our freshman class. CCMR, college, career, and military readiness opportunities for all of our students, digital citizenship and technological access, increasing that attendance rate, which I think last week may have been at 97% across the district, implementing the teacher incentive allotment for the upcoming school year, budget planning, and then long-term facility planning. So all that to say, I'm sure you've seen this document somewhere, the balanced scorecard, but it really is a simplified process. I've done plenty of campus improvement plans and district improvement plans before, and it's a lot. And so the scorecard really allows us all to be focused on the same priorities and to limit the actions that we're going to take so that we can together achieve great things for our students. So overall, our goals fit into 4 buckets. I think of them as learning, faculty, community, and then fiscal responsibility. And then the objectives under these will be the same. You'll find them the same for the district improvement plan and all campus improvement plans. Being safe and secure for both staff and students, yearly student academic growth, college and career ready, professional development, engagement and culture, community partnerships, stakeholder communication and feedback, and then three objectives under the financial transparency. I just wanted to bring to your attention the scorecard language. It's very much aligned with what we're used to seeing in campus improvement plans and district improvement plans, but I just wanted to make a note of it. What we may have called a strategic plan goal is not considered a priority. A campus improvement plan or district improvement plan objectives will now be called performance objectives. And the idea is that the key strategic actions, we will focus on 3 per objective. There's a lot of things that we do in the day-to-day in running a school district, and we could list them all. But when everything is important, nothing is important. And so finding what are the 3 things that we will each choose, either as a campus or as a district, to drive these objectives forward. And then the key performance indicators that they can be measurable and have percentages. So I just wanted to give you that kind of overview and let you know that we are slowly, like I said, all the plans that you have are in draft form. And the principals and I, and our senior leadership team and I, we're working on kind of making that translation for everyone so that it becomes a living document that actually moves instruction forward. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Weber. Moving on to item number 12, action items. 12A, consider and take possible action regarding the memorandum of understanding with Region 11 for Strong Foundations Grant. Do you want to discuss that, or you want Dr. Weber just to at least tell what it is? I know, I almost told you to stay up there because I figured I'd rather, yeah, if you would just kind of explain real quickly to the public what this is that we're doing.
Sure. So with Education Service Center Region 11, we're able to enter into a partnership where they support us as a district in the implementation of our Bluebonnet math curriculum. It's a big undertaking, requires a shift in mindset, not just for our students and teachers, but also for our campus administrators on how do we internalize our lessons, how do we coach teachers to make sure that students are achieving at high levels and that we're teaching to all of the standards. And so with Region 11, we are able to get their services where they have agreed to serve Decatur as an entity in and of itself, as opposed to us taking all of our principals like once a month down to the service center for half a day. They come to us. They'll be willing to come to us for half a day. They provide our principals with coaching on how to coach teachers, making sure that we walk classrooms. They walk classrooms with us to make sure that it's being implemented, and then we have follow-up conversations on what that's looking like in our classrooms.
Okay, great, thank you. No, I think it's a great thing. So any questions from the board or discussion? And if not, then I will entertain a motion for this. Or I'll do it myself. I recommend the board approve the MOU with ESC Region 11 for the Strong Foundations Grant.
Second.
I have a second from Dr. Joyner. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 5-0. 12B, consider and take possible action regarding the appointment of members to the School Health Advisory Council, also known as SHAC. Each of you has a list or was provided a list of the people within SHAC. One of our board members, Ms. Schneider, is on the currently on the SHAC. If you've had a chance to look at that, is there any discussion on any of the individual? If not, if everybody's okay with the proposed members to SHAC for the upcoming year, I will entertain a motion.
I recommend the board approve the 2025-2026 members to the School Health Advisory Council as presented to the board.
All right, and I think, Sandy, I think you have to abstain for, yep, okay. So it'll just be the 4 of us, but that's still enough. All those in favor, or we need a second on that.
I'll second.
Thank you, Delvin. I got ahead of myself there. I have a motion from Mr. Bayless and a second from Chief Campbell. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 4-0. 12C, consider and take possible action regarding local policy FNF. Do you want to talk about that? Okay.
So when we were looking at drug testing policies and kind of getting that system rolling for the school year, we found that FNF was outdated. There were several references to middle school students, which we have not historically done in Decatur ISD. So we just wanted to update the policy to ensure that policy and practice match.
Questions? Any questions on that? Any discussion? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I recommend the board approve the updated local policy FNF.
All right, I have a motion from Ms. Schneider. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Dr. Joyner. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 5-0. 12D, consider to take possible action regarding the ratification of the Rand Elementary Assistant Principal. Woo!
Will you tell them to come up here?
Do you want,
Yeah, let's take a picture so that.
okay, but we need to vote first. Yeah. Okay.
Can I make a motion?
I would wish you would.
I think I'm the most excited, so I'll make it. I recommend the board approve the hiring of Julio Hernandez as the assistant principal at Rand Elementary School. Look at these beautiful kids.
Yeah, how are you going to turn
Oh,
that
my.
down? Okay, you'll
Second.
did a good job. All right, so I've got a motion from Dr. Joyner. I've got a second from Chief Campbell. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes 5-0. We are so happy to have you. Okay, that's a good feel-good moment there. So we need more of those. So we feel very fortunate to have you. So, all right, we're going to move on to item number 13, information. 13A, updates to the student device handbooks, including fee changes and adjustments due to House Bill 1487. And we have Mr. English who's
Yes,
going
sir.
to address us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me pull this up real quick. I do need to correct, it is 1481, my apologies, typo. But we have been using a one-to-one device for several years. As part of the requirements, we do have a handbook that is a set of stipulations and rules. These have not been updated since 2021. Items have changed since then, obviously, and such as House Bill 1481, requiring personal devices no longer be allowed at school. So with that in mind, I've gone through the information as best I can. I didn't want to reinvent the wheel entirely, so I kept most of the material the way it was. I just removed items that were no longer accurate. So as you can see in the multiple pages, the reds are the parts that are coming out, the yellows are the parts that are being adjusted and reworded. As you can see, the big ones are going to be the ones at the bottom with the yellow. Those are the parts that have changed. In 2021, they based the value off of half of what it would cost us in materials to replace them for the first offense, and then about 3/4 of the cost for the second offense and full cost for the third. Those 2021 numbers are about $100 to $150 less than what they are currently. So my hope is to bring them up to more of a relevant value at this point. This one is the one for the middle school. Fortunately, the prices actually went the opposite way for the Chromebook devices. They actually went cheaper. So a little bit of passing on a little savings at the middle school level. However, the same cannot be said for the high school, unfortunately. Their devices were set at $100, $150, and then full replacement cost. Due to the current price, and I don't see it there, but it's actually going to be $150, $200, and full price because it's $289 to replace a screen at this point. $289, so yes, sir. Yes, sir. We try to do everything we can in-house to help save some money. If we were to ship it off to Apple or to another company, upwards of $500-600 easily per device. So we're trying to consolidate where we can. So that is the short and long of it. If there's any questions, concerns. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
I appreciate your work on that.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 13B, beginning of the year student data. Ms. Kaufman.
Thank you.
Well, I have the honor of presenting the beginning of the year data to you. This data is a baseline for us. This is where we're going to start, and we're going to build and be much stronger by the time you see these numbers again in May. And so we switched gears this year. We changed to the NWA MAP growth, and you got a presentation earlier, so you kind of have a little bit of knowledge to kind of look at these norms and look at these percentages that you'll see here. We also use Circle PM to progress monitor pre-K. And so you're going to also see pre-K results in this presentation. But both assessments are given 3 times a year, and you'll notice this was our previous district assessment calendar, and now we have our current district assessment calendar. And because we're only testing 3 times a year, it's more time for instruction in the classroom. When we used iStation, it was monthly. It would take a day for math, a day for reading, and so now we are dedicating more time to instruction. Okay, so like I said, Circle PM is what we use to progress monitor pre-K. We look at 2 areas. We look at an overall phonological awareness, and this area is made up of lots of little subtests. It's a language identification, or letter identification, vocabulary identification. There's a listening comprehension, and it puts it all together in a overall phonological awareness score. And don't get confused with MAP, because they also use the word MAP, which means making adequate progress. And then they use NMA, which means needs more assistance. So lots of acronyms. But you can see as a district, we have 92 pre-K students, and 47% of them are making adequate progress. And then you'll see Carson, Rand, and Young. Stop me if you have any questions. The second part of the Circle PM is a math screener. And again, you can see our 92 pre-K students, 79% of them are making adequate progress. And then we have the campuses. Mm-hmm. Language. Mm-hmm. But it won't look like that in May, I can promise. They make a lot of growth. So that's pre-K. And those are just the 2 areas that they are scored and that we monitor. So next, we move into the MAP data. And like I said, you learned a little bit about it before we came in here. What you're going to see is a percentile, which is a norm-based information. It's where a student's score is compared to other students in the same grade levels across the nation. You'll see a median score, which is the like the average, the middle score. And then you'll see the distribution chart, which we're going to look at with the colors. And then there's the quintiles. And basically, if a student falls in the red area, they are in the 1 to 20th percentile. If they fall in the orange, they're in the 21st to 40th. And these 2 areas, if they're identified in these 2 areas, they need support. Those are our kiddos that we put into intervention, RTI, MTSS. Yellow, 41 to 60, green, 61 to 80, and then blue is the 80th percentile. And those kiddos are on track to make appropriate growth. And you're going to be pleasantly surprised. We have really great scores. So this is math for kinder through 12th grade, or this is 8th grade, kinder through 8th grade. They take a math assessment. And so you'll see that, like in kindergarten, on the far right, 79% of our kiddos are on track. We've totaled the percentages for you on the right side. And most of our median scores are in that on track percentile as well. When you get into 9th grade, high school, we have Algebra 1, we have Algebra 2, and Geometry. 85% of our kiddos are on track in geometry. So this is reading, and reading is kinder through 12th grade. And the reading scores are strong, they're steady. They look really great. And again, we use this data. It's very, like she told you earlier, very pinpointed to a kiddo. They tell you exactly what a kiddo needs to make their projected growth. Our teachers can use this for small group instruction. They can use this for intervention, for enrichment, and they can band them together by the teaks. She showed you the little rip bands, the vertical alignment, and so it's very valuable information. So you were asking about language. Our kindergarten and first grade students in the bilingual classes take a Spanish reading and an English math. Second grade takes both English and Spanish reading and then English math. And there's no way that we can make those scores work together to get an overall. So these kinder, first, and second graders that took the Spanish test, their scores are separate. The calculations are different, the percentages are different. But 65% of our kindergartners that took the reading Spanish test are on track. So this is science. Grades 4 through 8 take a science test. Science scores are promising. They look great. And then there's a life science average at the bottom, 72%. So now I'm going to show you, that was kind of a district overview. Now I'm going to show you grade levels and campuses. So here's kindergarten reading, English, and math. The district percentage is at the top, and then you'll see Carson, Ennis, Rand, and Young. Then we move to first grade. Again, district is at the top, followed by the campuses. Any questions on kindergarten or first grade? Here is second grade. There's a big jump from first to second grade, as well as a big jump from second to third grade. So, like I said, this is a baseline. We know we've got some work to do in second grade, but I have no doubt that our teachers can do it. Third grade. And then fourth grade, and we add in science. So they have a reading, math, and a science score. Stop me if I'm going too fast. Fifth grade, again, reading, math, and science. These kiddos in the orange and red are the ones that will provide interventions to everyone, but these are the ones that will get the targeted, specific interventions. Then we move to sixth grade. Sixth grade, again, has reading, math, and science. Seventh grade, reading, math, and science. Eighth grade. Some of our eighth graders also take the Algebra 1 test, so you'll see the results on the next slide or when I get to the high school. So here's Algebra 1. All is everyone, our eighth graders and our high school students. Our McCarroll Middle School Algebra 1, 93%. And then Decatur High School. We have Algebra 2, Geometry from the high school.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, please do.
Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, what are you finding? Because it sticks out to me.
It does stick out.
And And I mean, it would make sense if, Algebra 1 numbers, if they don't get it in Algebra 1 and it's building, then they're not going to get it in Algebra 2.
Yes. I've been working with Miss Allen. We've been looking at her data. We've been looking at her numbers and writing her campus improvement plan. We've been talking about how she can use her Eagle time. This also has a My Path component that builds an individual pathway for students based on their needs. And so they can use that My Path as a intervention or mediation to help kind of fill in those skills. I will tell you that some of our kiddos missed the Algebra 2 window and weren't tested, and so this is probably not as accurate as it should be, because once the window closes, it closes, and so there's no reopening the window. So there are some kiddos that I think would change the numbers a little bit, and we've got a plan on how to address that next time, but it's really just going to be important that they use their Eagle time wisely. And they look at these kids, the students' profile, they look at the areas that they're lacking, and they drill down to the skills that they're missing and remediate.
Sandy, part of the grant that Dr. Weber spoke about earlier is also helping with Algebra 1 specifically, coaching and alignment of curriculum and supporting that subject and content area as well.
Are we able to pinpoint anything in Algebra 2 that, I'm assuming some of those intervention, it'll be a reteaching of Algebra 1 TEKS for those Algebra 2 students that are maybe lacking?
Yeah, so that same report that you saw earlier that grouped, and you could click on the standard underneath, the teacher will have access to that as well, yeah.
So Lana, like that, you mentioned Eagle time a while ago for this, so like if a kid that Sandy's talking about in algebra is not getting it, like they're not guaranteed their Eagle time, they're in math class, right? So do they go like somewhere else during Eagle time for intervention, or?
I think we've been working out the logistics of all of that, but Ms. Allen, you want to?
So we started working on
We're not trying to put you on the spot.
Y'all hear me okay? We're going to be working starting So beginning tomorrow, what's going to happen is with the My Path program, the map testing has identified the areas where students need additional support. And so what will happen from there is when they log into their My Path program, it's going to be individualized created learning paths. And so students will be working through those learning paths to develop some of those different skills that they're still lacking. So that'll be during Eagle time, so all students have that time frame. It'll be at the very end of their second period class. Does that hopefully answer the question?
No, it does. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so biology and reading are also on this slide for the high school. And then, like we said, My Path is a component of the MAP testing. It builds an individualized pathway for the kiddos that in the elementaries, in addition to like small group instruction with the teacher, they also can go independently and work on their My Path, the skills that they're lacking to kind of reinforce. Teachers can also kind of specialize those paths as they need to go in and add or make them repeat a lesson. They have that option to do that. And so, we're just going to work really hard at using these scores to provide the right interventions to the right kiddos. And I think that if we provide that targeted support and the right small group instruction, that we will show lots of growth by May. Any questions? I kind of gave you the fast version.
Sorry.
And if you get home and you look at what she gave you versus what we gave you and you have questions, reach out. I can help clarify, muddy the waters, whatever you need.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Kaufman. All right. 13C, financial information. I guess Mr. Mazinski or?
The only thing I'd have to say is I added a little section based on what Jeremy asked last, over the years, what have been the different increases and decreases. Mr. Schultz, that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Anybody, any questions for Mr. Mazinski? Real quick. Nope. If not, then we will move to item number 14, adjournment, and at 7:05, we are adjourned.